I think it's a English semantic question. When you said Krishna is divine, actually divine, it's not different from transcendental. Divine doesn't remember something like demigods.
No, it means transcendental. Here it means transcendental. Okay?
Okay. Another question. It's about what Mataji told yesterday. About the verse, he says, I am the non-doer. I was thinking about that, and maybe you can help me if I'm right or not. Krishna expands himself in other people, other entities, and we are part and parcels of him also. So if we, for example, build a house, the karma of building a house is not for Krishna. Even we are part of him, right? So maybe that's why he is saying he's non-doer, because everything he's built is built by his expansions, not by him.
No, I can't agree. That's not correct. Let me clarify since you bring it up. The Lord is the creator of everything. Prabhupada began his purport, yesterday's verse, with that line. He is the creator of everything. However, he is not responsible for the outcome of a person who is participating in Varnashram. The person who participates in Varnashram is according to his own choices and his own karma, his own activities. So that's why he is not the doer. He is the doer of the system, but not of the results of the system. I'll give an example. The college is in charge of setting up an examination to become a doctor. But if somebody passes or fails, the college is not responsible. That's dependent on the choice of the individual student. The college gave a system for everybody. But who passes and who fails depends on the performance of the individual student, right? So Krishna is not the doer of what we get. That's our choice. Is that clear? Therefore he's called the non-doer.
That knowing Krishna irrespective of his birth, and knowing Krishna after so many lifetimes. So as Krishna also, we hear many times that so one has to purify himself so many lifetimes, then one only can one understand Krishna. And the other point, one can understand Krishna in very birth, so irrespective of his birth. So how we can understand this? Can you clarify something?
The Bahunam Janmanam takes, in other words, if he's incomplete, then he carries on in the next life. But if you do it properly, you can complete it in one life. But also the Bahunam Janmanam is the last verse of the 6th chapter of the Gita. That chapter is specifically about the yoga, as in Ashtanga yoga. So that takes many lifetimes to get right. That particular yoga. But it also applies even for any other yoga. Because to have a full and complete understanding of Krishna takes time. Now it's up to us. We can do it in one lifetime or many lifetimes. Is that okay?
And I have another point that knowing one's duty and knowing Krishna, how we can relate those two things, or following in the footsteps of acharyas.
Liberated souls had an understanding. See, one of the things about duties is that it's not the duty that makes you enjoy life. For example, you're engaged in, for example, a child in home. His duty is, we're talking about an ideal child now, not the difficult child, is to obey the father, right? Obeying the father doesn't actually create chocolate ice cream and a cake to eat. But if he's doing it in the spirit of pleasing his father, obeying his father, chocolate ice cream comes, cakes come, chapatis come, everything he needs comes. Now, the tendency is, when you don't understand Krishna properly, you think, because I am getting up in the morning and I am working so hard, therefore, I am enjoying. Do you see? That's the problem. So to know Krishna means, it has nothing to do with what I'm doing. Krishna is pleased, therefore I'm getting whatever I need. That's the proper point that is being made here. In other words, just by being a Brahmana, without having, let's say, an understanding of Krishna, it's very difficult to be a Brahmana who would not have an understanding. Okay, let's say you're a Vaishya, because that's common, businessman. Your big business, opening a shop doesn't mean you will have food. You may open the shop, you may open 20 shops, nobody comes. You will die. But the shopkeeper thinks, it's my cleverness, who is not Krishna conscious. So the Varnashram, the way it's done properly, is you be Krishna conscious and then you do your duty. So then your needs are provided, but not because of what you did. See, if the child thinks, it's because of the way I do this to my father, I get the... You can keep on elaborating on the way you smile at your father. The essential principle is, your father is pleased. It's not what you are doing. Krishna is pleased, therefore we're getting what we want and need. There's no other correlation. Now men have decided, we will force the earth to give us oil, to give us minerals, to give us grains. We will force it. And then they cannot even force it. Now previously, all these centuries, all these millennia, people have lived without forcing the earth, because God told the earth to give. How did they get all these things? Not only they got oil and minerals, they got jewels. Where did they come from? Because Krishna gave. That's the point. Sir? Any questions?
I have one more small point, that as you said that somebody you met and he told that sometimes he became angry and slapped Krishna, his father. So I remember somebody was telling me that sometimes, always Krishna tests us, that every moment Krishna tests us that whether you are qualified or not. He was saying that one devotee, that I also test Krishna and I also challenge Krishna because I am giving every day my 2 hours chanting or doing this all worship,
Yeah.
and we can also test Krishna or challenge something like that you are saying. So how it is fair that
Yeah, basically, maybe I didn't say it, and I'll say it so there's no doubt. This is the language of a demon. I don't need to elaborate. Language of a demon. Demon. D-E-M-O-N. Demon. Bad guy. This is not devotee language. This is not Bhagavad Gita doesn't teach. You come and threaten me and you chastise me. It doesn't say. Mother Yashoda did, but this is not how you become liberated. This is not one of the means. Even if you read Nectar of Devotion, one of the means of becoming liberated is not to be familiar with Krishna in any respect. What to speak of such foolish behavior? I'm just pointing it out that such foolishness does go on. And you've pointed out there's another foolish person who thinks he can. It's unfortunate. Is that okay? Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada.